All right, everybody, Jason Brown here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you learned something. And if you are a returning viewer, I truly appreciate your support. Now, today we're talking about the extremely high gas prices and what we can do to fight back. How do we beat these high gas prices? Now, I know here in the Atlanta, Georgia market where I live, gas prices have gone up to $4.29. I've seen it all the way up to $4.69 a gallon. My friends out in California, they're paying close to $7 a gallon. So I will say, I was just thinking about this before I hit record, and gas prices are now at the highest point I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I am very old. So here we go. I have a top 10 list of things that we can do to help beat high gas prices. So here we go. I've got my list here. I'm going to share with you guys, put together a list. So let's go. We'll jump right into it. Now, before I start the list, I will say what's not on the list is the sage advice from the U.S. government, which says if you can't afford $5 a gallon for gas, then why don't you just go out and buy yourself a $60,000 electric car? That's how you can beat high gas prices, which makes perfect, total, logical sense. Anyway, enough of that. So the first one I have on my list is apps. So there's a lot of cash back apps out there that you can start using that will actually pay you back for scanning your receipts. Every time you go to the gas station, you can you'll get that receipt. You scan the receipt into the app, and over time you will get some money back. So there's a couple of them that I use that I'll share with you guys. There's one called Receipt Hog, and then there's another one called Get Upside. These are two very popular apps that basically that's all you do is you scan the receipt, you upload it to the app, they give you a credit. Over time, they'll give you money back. There's a lot of apps like that out there. If you guys know more of them, just put it in the comment below. I'd love to hear about them. And now another app that you want to use that will help you is apps like Gas Buddy. And Gas Buddy is an app that will help you determine where is the cheapest gas in your area. So you just put in, it uses your location services, and it will show all the gas stations around you, and it will say this Chevron station, a mile from your house is the lowest price per gallon. I know so many of my friends that use that app religiously, and if you have not used it, you should try it out. It could definitely save you a little bit of money on gas when you're looking around for a gas station. So that's the first one. The second one, number 2, grocery store reward program. So Kroger is one of the most predominant grocery store chains in our country. They're all over the place here in Georgia. We use Kroger, and they have a fuel points reward system. So every time that you spend money at Kroger, they give you points for that will give you discounts on gas. So I believe you can build up enough points to where it maxes out to where you would save $1 per gallon. So it's all based on how much money you spend, of course, in the store. So the more money you spend, the bigger the discount you get on gas. Now, of course, you would have to buy Kroger's gas from their Kroger gas stations at their store. So you would buy their gas, you would get the discount. And this could really save you a lot of money, especially if you do all your grocery shopping at Kroger, then you get the fuel points. So that's one. And if you don't have a Kroger in your area, just check at your local, maybe Costco, any type of grocery stores that have gas stations affiliated with them probably offer some sort of similar type of reward or bonus program that you can inquire about. So that's one. The next one, number 3, is combine errands / change your driving habits. So what do I mean by combine errands? Well, Jason, I can't go to the grocery store and pick up my kids from school. How do I combine that? Well, basically what I mean is, like when you talk about thinking about how you drive. So if you go to the grocery store Monday, and then you do, maybe you go to the gym on Tuesday, and then you go and do another errand on Wednesday. So you're driving every day. So is there a way that you can combine that? Can you go to the grocery store and, swing by the gym and then maybe go, get your hair cut can you do all that in one day instead of doing it over 3 days? Now you're driving a significant amount of less time, and you're using less gas, less miles in your car, etc. So if there's a way that you can kind of rethink your driving habits, this will help you save time, save gas, etc. So the next one, now this one should, a lot of these on this list are common sense. Number 4, use public transit. Now, if you're in a city or a region that has public transportation available, like here in Atlanta, we have a system called MARTA, and there's actually a bus and train system that, fortunately for me, we live close to a MARTA services, so I actually take that to work into downtown, so I don't even have to get into a car. So I get on a bus, and then the bus takes me to the train station, and then the train takes me into downtown, and then from there I walk a little bit to my office building. So if you have any opportunities to take public transit, do it. Okay, I know sometimes there's some stigmas and some stereotypes about public transit, but in today's day and age with $5 a gallon gas, it's time to change perhaps your mindset on that and realize how much money you are going to save by using public transit. So if you have any public transit options, definitely explore those opportunities. Now the next one kind of goes hand in hand a little bit, but because of the pandemic, a lot of us have been working from home, working remotely. If you still have an opportunity to do that, or if you have a job that is feasible to where you can work from home or work remotely, that you don't have to drive into an office or drive, commute, this will save you tremendous time, tremendous money, tremendous miles on your car. So if you don't have that option, and you would like that option, meet with your supervisor, meet with your employer, and see if they would offer that. I know a lot of people are still working either part-time remote or still full-time remote as a result of the pandemic. For me personally, I'm doing a hybrid schedule. I'm working 2 days in the office, 3 days at home. So that's helping tremendously cut down on our driving and our use of gas. So that's something you can look into if your job will allow. Now the next one, number 6, we're on number 6. Now this is another one, downsize to one car. This is something to really consider. I've had friends that have had 3 cars, gone down to 2, and friends that have had 2 cars go down to 1. And I always wonder how they do this, especially going from 2 to 1, especially if you are a family and you have kids and a spouse. How in the world can you do this? So as you might imagine, I asked a lot of questions about how they did this. And, this is way before, the gas prices went up high. This is years ago, before the pandemic and stuff. They've got a 1-car household, and I've always been intrigued by that. Now, here's what happened to me. I'm going to tell you my personal story. So we had 2 cars that we loved, paid off, older cars. We had a 2008 Toyota Corolla and a 2010 Honda Element, both paid off and everything. So unfortunately, the Toyota Corolla was involved in an automobile accident and it was totaled. So the value of the car was only maybe $3,000 or $4,000 at the time. So we certainly were not in a financial position to go out and replace a $4,000 car with a $30,000 car, or whatever a new car costs now. It would probably be $20,000 or more just to get a decent used car. And we just weren't in a position to do that. So we said, well, let's see how it goes with the 1-car household. And we've been doing it for about 6 months now, and so far so good. We haven't had any issues, mainly because I have the opportunity to work from home and to take public transit. That's how we're getting away with it. But also, if you go down to 1 car, you're saving a lot of money. So let me tell you how much money you're going to save. So the AAA puts out every year their cost estimates of owning a car. So here's what AAA says. Overall, the average annual cost of new vehicle ownership has now climbed to $9,282 or $773.50 per month. That's an increase of $433 or nearly 5% from last year. So basically what they're saying per this report is that for new, remember, this is new, keep that in mind, for new vehicle ownership, it's going to cost you about $9,200 a year for the privilege of owning and maintaining that vehicle. So I think a lot of us don't realize how much it costs to own a car. So if you have the opportunity to get rid of a car, it could be a tremendous savings for you in a lot of different ways, not just gas. So let's go to the next one. Now this one, you've probably heard from time to time in the news, and you probably scratched your head like me. I'm like, really? So number 7 is watch your tire pressure. Now, this one was one that I was like, is this true? Like, really? So according to reports, and you'll see that they'll say low tire pressure can decrease gas mileage. So that's what this is about. So really, you just want to check your check your tire pressure, because it will directly affect your gas mileage. And the best times of the year to check that is when the seasons change and the weather change. So if it gets real cold or if it gets real hot, heading into winter or summer, the tire pressure is going to change in your tires. So you want to check it and make sure that it's filled to the appropriate level, because that could affect your gas mileage, which of course will affect how much money you're having to spend at the pump. So that's one to look out for. Now the next one is another one that's kind of a no-brainer, but you don't really think about it until someone says it to you. Number 8 is clean out your car. So the problem is that we use our cars as public storage units, and we jam all of our junk in our trunks, and all that extra weight in the car decreases the gas mileage. And we might not even be thinking about that. We might not even know that we have all this stuff in our trunk because it's been in there for years and you forgot about it or what have you. So if you can lighten the load in your car, clean it out, get some of the stuff out of the trunk and find another place to store it, a lighter car is going to get much better gas mileage, which is going to save you money in the long run. So that's another one. Now the next one, number 9, these are all kind of go together, but number 9 is just properly maintain your car. What do I mean by that? Get the oil changed, do the maintenance. Now, each car has an owner's manual that you should have somewhere in your glove box or somewhere. And in that owner's manual, usually it's in the back, they'll have a maintenance schedule or a maintenance plan. So if you're not sure what you need to do with your car, there's a maintenance schedule or maintenance plan in that owner's manual, and it will tell you what all you need to do, when you need to change the spark plugs, when you need to change the oil, tires, all that stuff. And if you don't have an owner's manual, all this information should easily be found on the internet. So just basic routine maintenance on your car, and also this is getting it clean. Make sure you get it washed every once in a while, and all that stuff. Just the basic routine maintenance will help your gas mileage. Believe it or not, it will. It's true. Now, the last one, number 10. This is the one that I had no clue about until I started researching this topic. And number 10 is know the best days to buy gas. And believe it or not, there are best days and worst days to buy gas. And this actually was a report by Gas Buddy, the app that I was just telling you guys about a second ago. Now, in a recent report from Gas Buddy indicates that Mondays offer the lowest average gas price in most of the United States. That follows the trend of Gas Buddy's research for the last several years. To come up with that data for its last report, Gas Buddy said it analyzed fuel prices from the Gas Buddy app from January 1st to December 16th of 2021. So they analyzed this for an entire calendar year to come up with this data. So it says in the new findings, Gas Buddy says it found that Thursday is the worst day to buy gas in 28 states, and Wednesday is the worst day in 16 states, which represented the second most expensive day. So basically from their report, Gas Buddy's report, says the best 2 days to buy gas are on Monday and Friday, so the beginning of the week and the end of the week, and the worst days are on Wednesday and Thursday. And then when I say best and worst, I mean cheapest and most expensive. So the cheapest days to buy gas would be Monday and Friday. The most expensive days would be Wednesday and Thursday. Now, I had no idea it would even matter what day you buy gas on, but apparently it does. So if you have the opportunity or the ability to schedule out a day that you want to go fill up your tank, consider Monday and Friday to potentially save a little bit of money. Now, all of these tips or ideas aren't going to save you a ton of money. They'll save you a little bit. But if you do all of these, together, you will eventually save a lot of money by doing all of them together. They all kind of add up when you put them all together. So that's the idea here. So hopefully these tips gave you guys some ideas. I know some of these things I had never heard of before, and they were really interesting to research and study about. So, hey, what have I left off my list? Put in the comments below what tips can you guys share how we can beat these dreaded high gas prices. I'd love to see them and respond back to them and share with you as well. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to support me further, you can subscribe to my channel. I always talk about money related topics here. And if you want to check out further resources that I have, you can see my website, which is yourmarginmatters.com. And there you can find the books that I've written, my blogs, and all my other videos that I have on my YouTube channel are posted there as well. So until next time, this is Jason Brown saying thanks so much for watching. And remember my favorite saying, it's not the amount of money you make, but the margin that matters the most. See you next time.